means that your ollie is good enough for kickflipping, which means you need to be able to ollie about this high, or the height of the board. You need to be able to ollie over it. But it doesn't really matter if you can or not. Just make sure you're close to ollieing the board. Okay. And to actually get with the kickflip, you put your back foot and however you ollie, doesn't really matter. But your front foot is the only thing that really changes. You put it more in the middle of the board, not up here, back there, or anything, more in the middle. On an angle with your heel hanging off. If your heel is not hanging off, it's
a bit harder to flick it.
Yeah, it's very hard to flick it. And if it's on an angle, then it's really uncomfortable, and you also can't flick it properly either. It just helps to have it on an angle. So when you got that, when you know the stance, you're gonna pop the board like any kind of ollie, but instead of just bringing it forward and leveling it out, you're gonna bring it forward and bring it up and flick out right here. But you want to make sure you're in the air by that time, because if you put it down and flick right away, it's gonna roll kinda, and also may not get the full rotation because it doesn't have the time to or anything. So it won't work. So you want to make sure you let the air right there, and when you're bringing it forward, it'll level out a little bit, and just flick right where that little dip is, right there. So after the bolts, before the nose starts, and it should get the full rotation around. But it's very important that you flick and not kick out, because if you kick out, then it's gonna look awkward, and you may not be able to bring your front foot back in time. And also the flip will be messed up. Okay, for the landing, it's important to keep your back foot, like, you want to wait, like, you want to be watching the board flip around to make sure that you're ready. You just want to keep your back foot over the board, like, the whole time. My problem was, for a little bit, I would pop it and I would get like the full rotation. I would land like this, because I wouldn't keep my back foot over. So I did that, and I was able to catch it that way, which is good because you want to be able to catch it with your back foot and land. On the next, you just have to work on getting your front foot on. The tricky part about that is, a lot of people, they flick out and they also kind of kick, so it gets out there, which is how you do it. But the problem is they bring it back, but it'll land like this, or like that, which is a huge problem. So what you want to do is, when you pop and flick, you're going to keep your back foot over, catch it. With your front foot, you're going to kind of, what I did was I kind of lifted it up a little bit, like I kind of focused on lifting it up after I flicked and brought it back, instead of just bringing it back. And then you just counter with your back and then put your front foot on and stuck to landing. So you pop, flick, catch, plant, land. Just still to landing. Problems with a kickflip are, there's a lot of problems, but mainly, you don't flick properly. Either you just kick out, which is like you go and you bring it forward on an angle and everything, but you don't flick at all, you just kind of kick, which means you're kind of, really you'd be hitting the bottom of your toe right here and kind of maybe kicking it down. Like kicking down. You can get the flick that way, but it'll look bad, and it's kind of harder to land because you're kicking down. You're making it go below the board. And that's not how you do a kickflip. So. Yeah. Another flicking problem is you don't flick it in the right spot. People don't usually flick it before because, well, it's kind of weird and it'll go behind you. But a lot of the problems with the flicking is people don't flick at the dip. They flick on the nose, like right here. You'll still get the flip that way, but it'll go in front of you. Like you'll flip and it'll go in front. It's wrong, and you may land like that. And how are you supposed to land a kickflip like that? And you could probably put your feet together, but then you'll land like that, which is still wrong.
It's just not buttery.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool. You'll get made fun of. Another problem is leaning. You want to make sure that when you go, you lean like directly over the board and leaning a little forward, but not too much, because you're leaning too far forward, the board will actually go behind you. You're putting more weight on the front, so it'll shoot behind you. Way to fix that is just lean more. Just lean more straight up. Another leaning problem is you're leaning too far back. So you're setting up but you're leaning like this, and you lean further back, like that. So when you pop and flick, you gotta get it in front of you again, which is I know somebody does that, and he can't get his kickflip, so land like this, and he can't. It doesn't count, and like I said before, landing like that, it's just not how you do it. It doesn't look cool, and it doesn't look buttery. Pretty much on a kickflip, and I'll show you some examples.